so beautiful there. So this is my friend property before, and then she sold it to someone from LA. This area right here.
Oh, wow.
Building. How you say your job again? What position was that
I'm a
again?
nuclear medicine technologist.
Wow. Nuclear medicine?
Medicine technologist.
And how you become that?
So-
How you decided that field?
You do your prerequisites
Oh.
in college, and then you start applying to programs.
Uh-huh.
And I applied to 4,
Uh-huh.
and one of the programs was down in San Diego. They had a 2-year waiting list.
Uh-huh.
I got into that one,
Oh.
but I also got into Santa Barbara, which had.
How do you decide that job is the one that you want? Do you talk to someone with that job? Who inspired you to that?
So luckily for me,
Uh-huh.
I picked nuclear medicine because it's hands-on with the patients,
Uh-huh.
as opposed to sitting
Hands-on.
behind a walled screen
Uh-huh.
and a glass,
Yeah.
pushing a button, saying breathe, hold still, breathe.
So you enjoy being with people?
So I enjoy being hands-on with the patients.
So you discover what is the, you say when people have cancer, so you help them to discover whether they have cancer or not?
Correct.
How long did you predict right away, or how long it takes?
Some studies, yes, it's right away. Some it's staging, and some of it is monitoring the progression or digression.
So how long you do this job? You work at different
I've been doing
hospitals?
this for 20 years.
Wow, how time flies. You look young to
Yes.
work in the same field 20 years.
Yes.
Wow.
So I did.
And you
this-
only married once?
Married twice.
Oh, twice.
I get married when I first went in the Air Force.
Uh-huh. But you never
I
have
was
kid with that one?
19 years old.
Wow, you married young, 19-year-old.
When I left to my duty station, she called me up and said that she wanted a divorce.
Oh.
I said yes.
Oh.
And then she called me up later and said, never mind, I'm pregnant.
Oh.
And I was like, how can you be pregnant?
Yeah.
That's not possible. She's
Yeah.
like, I've only ever been with you.
Oh.
Well, after the child was born,
Uh-huh.
I was driving home and I caught her cheating on me
Oh.
with the neighbor.
Wow.
And
That's awful.
then she said, I was like, well, where's our son? And she goes, he's not even your son.
Wow.
So I got a DNA test and
Oh.
came out negative. So I was a father for 10 and a half months
Oh.
and learned out that my son ended up not being my son.
Wow.
So that's where I got my first divorce.
Wow.
Should have been just an annulment,
Yeah.
but because she was pregnant and she said it was mine, I took it on my shoulders
Yeah.
and stayed married to her and
Wow.
took care of her and the baby.
Well, you were really nice. Are you still in contact with her? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
And then
And then you met your second wife?
I met my second wife,
How you meet her?
and she was the front desk clerk that
Uh-huh.
worked at nights
Oh.
at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
And I would just cross paths with her in the halls, and every now and then just see her walking around at the hospital. So people are like, you need to start asking her out.
Oh.
She's a smart one.
Oh.
She's this, she's that. And I started asking her out,
Uh-huh.
and she finally accepted to go on a date with me. And she was like, wow, you're really nice.
Oh.
I didn't think you were this nice.
Yeah.
And
Then you
She-
marry? How long you date her before you marry her?
2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yes.
And then you had your son
2
first?
years, and then we decided
After you
to
get married.
have a child.
Oh, okay.
And so we got engaged, and we
Oh.
went to the doctor, and the doctor said, because she's been on birth control for so long, it's
Uh-huh.
going to probably take 6 months.
Oh.
I was 32 years old,
Uh-huh.
and so
How old was she when she had your son?
she was 34,
34?
and she was 35 when she actually had, but we got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
When she was 34 and I was 32. And then while we were planning our lives together,
Uh-huh.
she also wanted to become a nurse.
Oh.
So I put her through nursing school while she was pregnant and when we were getting married.
Yeah.
And we, instead of getting pregnant in 6 months, we got pregnant within 30 days.
Oh.
They were like, it's
Yeah.
going to take you 6 months at least.
Oh.
And no, 30 days, and she was pregnant.
Wow. With your second?
With Jack.
Oh,
Yep.
Jack. Oh, yeah.
And so we were thrilled, and then we went ahead and got married.
How old is Jack now? He's
Jack's 12.
12, and your daughter is 8.
8.
12 and 8. Okay.
And when Jack was 3 years old,
Mhm.
I asked my wife to go to Alaska with me and my dad on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
It was a present from my dad.
Uh-huh.
And I'd never been to Alaska on a vacation and never been big fish fishing. And so, but she's like, no, you need to spend time with your dad. Go do it with your dad. She drove me to the airport. We spent time while we were up in Oregon. We were looking at trailers and trucks and cars, and we were dreaming of traveling. And everything was up, and I thought everything was wonderful. And while I was in Alaska fishing, reception was poor, but we could still email. Well, she emailed the first couple days, and then she stopped emailing.
Oh.
And then when I flew into the airport, she was supposed to pick me up at the airport, and she didn't.
Oh.
And when I got to the house was gutted out. And then I went to work, and then the sheriff served me with papers
Oh my God.
and said horrible things,
Oh.
that I fist punched and heel stomped my 3-year-old son,
Wow, that's crazy.
and that gave
No, any-
her 100% custody of my son.
Oh.
And
She
that-
could lie like that 1 minute?
Yep, just takes one lie, and the DA justifies it.
Oh my God. No evidence at all.
No
Did they
evidence.
ask your son
And
where he was hit?
He was 3 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
So
baby.
so how she know that? Did he have bruises on him? Did she
No
drop
bruises. No, there was no evidence, and they were like, "This is a 200-pound man.
him? Yeah,
If he was to fist punch a 3-year-old,
that's
you
crazy.
know how much damage that would do to a child?
Yeah.
And heel stomped him.
So
in the
she's really
face?
vindictive. It's so scary, huh?
There's no way that would have killed him.
Yeah.
And so that was all lies.
Yeah.
So eventually, court said, "All right, let's start giving him back custody."
Yeah.
That took 3 months. So I didn't.
So
get to see
she
my
didn't
son.
get prosecuted for lying all that? That they,
No,
they
they
just-
don't prosecute.
So people could
for
say
lying.
anything, and then
Yes.
you lie, and
So then, after she realized that she was going to get 50-50 custody,
yeah,
she then wanted me back,
yeah, crazy.
but not wanting to live with me.
Oh.
She just wanted money.
Oh,
And that then started this whole court thing that's been going on since Jack was 3 years old.
wow. So how much you making, and then you have to pay her half or what? Like
Yeah, I was paying $2,200 a month
Oh wow.
in child support.
So now you have money to pay because you're not working, right?
Now they just dropped child support
So nothing?
to 0.
Yeah, because you're not
And
working.
they said he has no money.
Yeah,
He has no income.
yeah.
And so
Because of you
they just
and Sarita.
zeroed it. Yeah, because of Sarita, Victoria, and Stacy
Yeah.
bonding together and
Yeah.
saying that I shoved Victoria into a wall. And it's
That's
like,
crazy.
That never happened. I never shoved her into a wall. She shoved me into a wall.
Yeah.
You know, she was calling me a weak man and a weak father
Yeah.
because my son was in the bathroom and she wanted to walk in the bathroom.
Oh, that's awful.
And it's like, what? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. And if life is so bad, so rough,
Yeah, why she
why
stay
would
with
you stay?
Yeah.
Why would you leave?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just get back up and leave?
Yeah, you didn't force her
I mean,
to.
go get a room to rent.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Instead, she waited a month, 3 weeks, and her and I started becoming friendly, trying to make the best of our situations.
Uh-huh.
And her daughter wanted a ride on a tube. And I said, no, it's time to call it a day. We've already been on the water for like 8 hours, and we've already offered her like 5 or 6 times we offered her to go on the tube, and she said no. And just because she wanted to go on the tube right then and there, that next day, Victoria filed because she was drunk
Oh,
and her daughter didn't get to ride the tube.
oh, that's crazy.
And she had a broken wrist, and she went on
A rope swing and almost fell and crashed.
So you have,
Sharp rocks.
well, Jack could be your witness. Like, at least Jack
Oh,
could
Jack
tell.
and Elise could be witnesses, but they don't allow children to be witnesses
Oh.
for some
But
reason.
they let Grace.
Thomas, why are you wearing your sunglasses?
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah, it's horrible.
yeah.
And Jack's like, let me talk to them.
Yeah.
That wasn't. Grace
they don't-
wasn't even there.
They can make up a story like that. It's
This is
scary.
horrible.
In
I'm
America,
like,
the
just
justice
ask
is-
Jack.
And then they could ruin your whole life like that. It's awful.
Yeah. Then instead of just like saying let's talk to him about it
Yeah.
and question him about it, they just arrested me.
Oh my God.
And then Victoria and Stacy and Sarita called my licensures up
Uh-huh.
and notified
So vindictive,
of
huh?
a sexual offender, saying that I sexually offended her daughter
Uh-huh.
by exposing myself to her
That's crazy.
is insane.
Yeah.
And then because of that charge,
Uh-huh.
I'm no longer hireable
That's crazy. My God.
because now I'm a sex offender
Oh.
until further. It's like you're guilty until proven innocent.
I know, you lose your livelihood.
And so I lost my 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And my licensures are all on suspension
And that's awful until you.
until further
Exact-
notice.
Oh. Let's pray that you.
And because it keeps getting drug out,
Yeah.
they keep saying, like, one job was like, well, as long as you beat it, we'll bring you right back.
Oh.
But it has to be a relatively short period of time.
Yeah.
Well, this started in July.
Oh. Oh,
They waited
this year?
till they waited till November,
Uh-huh.
and they finally terminated me.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, there goes my job that I just got.